Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So since we're in the hurricane season and we're at its peak, I want to discuss the Category 6 hurricane possibility. Now, according to the extended Saffir-Simpson scale, we've technically already had a Category 6. Now, they didn't broadcast it as a 6, but according to the data, they're saying that Allen in 1980 got up to 190 miles per hour. Dorian in 2019 got up to 185. There was a Labor Day hurricane for 1935. Gilbert 1988. Wilma in 2005. All those storms got up to 185. And then Mitch in 98, Rita in '05, and Irma in 2017 got up to 180. So we have another full moon coming on the 30th, and we have 6 systems out in the Gulf and the Atlantic. There's a possibility in our lifetime that we may see a Category 6 or 7. And by them having this scale go up to 7, they believe that also. So we're tipping the scale at 6 and 7s, guys, and this is going to be catastrophic for whatever area that it hits. My advice to everyone, if you're in an area that is getting a hurricane warning and they're telling you that this storm is going to be a 5 or larger coming onto the shore, you need to leave your area immediately. And if you can't leave and you don't have any means to leave, please try to prepare the best that you can to try to survive this weather event, because I am not seeing anything get better when it comes to the weather. We are in extreme heat throughout the entire country, and the ocean temperatures are very conducive to create a 1,000-year storm, a storm of a century. And it may be something that we've never seen before, devastation beyond even imaginations. You know, we always have the storm of the century. We always had 100-year storm. But this storm here may be 10,000 years, 100,000 years. It may be something that has never happened ever. It's a biblical event. And they know that something bigger is coming, and that's why they don't discuss it. They put it in little articles like this because they know that most of us don't read. We just wait on somebody to do a TikTok video or something goes viral for us to know what's really going on. But these type of storms will be the future. You know, when I was a kid, we would have Category 3, and we thought that was a big deal. And then we had Category 4, and then we got Category 5. And now we're looking at 6 and 7. Nobody's going to survive a Category 6 or 7. Once that comes onto land at 180, 200 miles per hour, just going to bust everything that it comes into contact with. And I've been in storms to where no water even comes, it's just wind. And that was the worst storm. Ike was the worst storm that we weathered because it was just wind, and it broke every power line in the area. We were without lights for over 2 weeks. And if you know what it's like to be without electricity for 2 weeks in the heat in Texas, it was miserable. We were barbecuing every day because no one had lights. No one. When you were driving, it was like being on an episode of Walking Dead. All of the lights were out. People were very aggressive. A lot of honking was going on. People were pulling guns on people. It was just a hostile environment. Most of the people who could leave, they left and went up to Dallas and all those type of places just to know that they didn't have lights either. So it was just a chain reaction with the lights. And people went far as San Antonio too. I don't know if San Antonio had lights, but I'm thinking for the most part, everybody got their lights knocked out on the southeast region. We were in a shithole, literally. And so I don't want to experience that ever again. But if I have to, I'm old enough now to I have the means and the money to get up and have to just travel and get out the area. If you can get out. Because the freeways be so packed. When there's a storm, everybody packs the freeways, and that becomes an issue. So you literally have to leave probably 2 days in advance to get ahead of the curve and get out the city. because there's no way I would wait till the day of trying to leave. I'm in evacuation zone 1 because I'm close to the coast. So we are the first group to leave. We're the first group that they tell to get on the freeway and get out of here because we're closer to the water. I'm literally like 25 miles from the Gulf of Mexico. And so because we're so close to the water, we literally have to get the fuck up out of here. If anything was to come up through the Houston Ship Channel or straight up Trinity Bay, we have to get out of here because it's going to pick up all the water and just dump it on us over here. So that's something that we always have to stay abreast on. I'm always watching the weather this time of year because we almost didn't make it through Harvey because we were surrounded by water during Harvey. We were lucky. We got very lucky that we didn't lose both our vehicles because the water had came up to our back tires. It was all the way up. It didn't make it up into the cars, but we were lucky. And I told my husband, this is a warning because we almost didn't make it. The water was knee deep around us. But down the road, it went up to people's roofs and got into their second and third story apartments and drowned them. And so where we live at now is further down the road, but unfortunately we're closer to the bayou now. We weren't this close to the bayou. Now we're by the bayou. And if you know anything about Houston's infrastructure, it's the bayou city. It's nothing but bayous run around this whole city. And if you're near a bayou that drains into the Gulf of Mexico, you're going to get flooded because that's where the water goes through when it comes and drains down to go back into the ocean. So we already know what we have to do ahead of time. And if you live in an area that's by a river or any type of waterway, like I do, you know that it's time to pack up and get to higher ground when one of these hurricanes have to come in and do what it do, because you can't stop Mother Nature. And nature corrects itself by it being as dry as it is. It's going to bring just as much rain to put out that drought factor. So whatever's coming, and if it comes to Texas, it's going to be something big. If it comes to any other southern state, it's going to be something big because it's going to have to put out and equal the balance in nature. So we're just all sitting around waiting for the calm before the storm right now because we know that it's coming. We're stocking up on supplies already, getting little things here and there, candles. We already have like the solar powered chargers and all kind of little whatnots because we know that it's coming. You can practically feel it. So I just tell everyone else, watch the news, pay attention to what's going on, get you a weather app, watch out for these wildfires because they breaking out, and y'all stay safe out there. Peace.